Welcome all to Fantasy Grounds Friday for the week of December 6th, 2021. Moving right along and coming to the end of a fabulous year, a great year. So many awesome releases, so many great settings, so many great modules. Hope that you have enjoyed them with your players and your virtual tables. Joined here with Paulette, our social
Hello.
media manager out there, always engaging on the socials, on Discord, and meeting and greeting so many of you, but most of all, getting out our message and our advertising every week. All of the great titles from our publishers. And, we this week we're going to get into our new releases after our sales. We have lots of great sales to speak of this week, but a little bit in the news or relevant to the time. And this week we have virtual D&D weekends up, uh, filling up fast, but some seats available still for D&D weekends, December 17th and 19th. Tables being run on FG and available for you. Paulette, you put together a spreadsheet and a link that is available. I'm sure you'll be sharing that in chat. Um,
It's in chat.
of course, probably already there. Right. So coming up, go ahead and those are paid tables. Um,
Yes.
so quick shout out.
Yeah. I think one table has one seat left, another has five, and then the last one has, I think, only two seats. So get on those fast.
There you go. Enjoy a comfortable winter weekend in home with a game run on Fantasy Grounds. Just a quick shout out to Drake Tales, FGA in the house. Yes, we we'll be talking a bit about FGA whenever we get to our new releases and Strixhaven. But welcome. Um, also, live right now, a Humble Bundle. With Humble Bundle, we all know and love Humble Bundle, have taken advantage of their wildly generous offerings, of course, always time sensitive. And this offering that Fantasy Grounds is involved with Paizo and Humble Bundle on does benefit the Children's Miracle Hospital. And it sets the standard for Humble Bundle for sure. Um, it 61 items if you take advantage of both bundles. There's two bundles. One of them is Pathfinder 1 that includes digital.
Well,
Yeah.
they both have a mix of Pathfinder 1 and 2.
Okay.
One's aimed more at the GM, and the other's aimed more at players.
Okay. Very good. And the one package has, I believe, 29 titles. I'd have to pull it up, but in all, you end
Yeah.
up with 61 titles for $100. And there is, I mean, it's a great chance to share Fantasy Grounds with your players and with people that you're looking to introduce to the game. I mean, they can really get in here with quite a lot, and there is an offer, of course, for the third or for the 90-day of the Ultimate license that is available to any purchasers of the Humble Bundle to get right in to the full experience. So,
And like with any Paizo product, the PDFs, you can link your Paizo account and your Fantasy Grounds account. Then later you can take those PDFs off the price of the books on Fantasy Grounds, which is a great deal.
it really it really is incredible. I put in the discount for every new product, and it is an incredible opportunity. Very generous for individuals who have to have the PDF as well. I mean, I'm one of those people. Our digital devices, we like to read and experience not just, I mean, the layout, the art, the the work of others that have gone into these titles before they're converted to VTT. We don't want them to be forever missed. We want those aspects of it to be enjoyed as well. Um, Gave a shout
And,
out. Oh, please go ahead.
oh, and again, this is not only just PDFs. This some of this is actual physical product as well.
Oh yes,
So
yeah.
this is a really
Thank you for
neat bundle.
yeah. Thank you for that. The Pathfinder 2 bundle does include the physical beginner box, which is a real product. I mean, the box is sturdy. The card inserts and stand-ups inside of there are strong. Very, very nice. The the source book reads. Um, I'm not gonna like say what the comparisons are to it, but it reads so well. It really, really is a great experience for both GM and player to run. So you get that physical box as well whenever you order that Pathfinder 2. But gave a shout out to Drake Tales earlier in the chat. He was in our chat yesterday for the Fantasy Grounds World Building Prep Show, in which we are currently doing a seasonal side trek into a Krampus supplement. We did some great map building yesterday. Josh has done some wonderful map work and illustrations for it, and that will be available next week in the Forge for free. So a little gift under your tree from FG. Let's see here. Just take a moment to jump into chat. Yeah, I see those in agreement. The PF1E and FG bundle is pretty nice. Thank you, Thelgor. And let's see here. So, I have chat covered right now, so I apologize. It keeps giving me like notifications right over it. It's horrible. But the Krampus supplement coming your way under your digital tree. And we also, I'm getting my arm twisted. It's voluntary, but to run A Christmas Carol. Okay? The head on the door is speaking to me every day. Oh, man. Paulette, getting out the hat. Yes, our Paulette has many costumes from the period, Edwardian and otherwise. And go ahead, Paulette.
I have costumes from all kinds of things.
Yes. Well prepared for this Dickens escapade, which shall come forth. But on to sales this week. Some fantastic titles to share. Pulling up my screen here, all prepared for you. But the first title of the week is D&D Classics Forgotten Realms, or FRQ1, Haunted Halls of Evening Star. And this welcomes you to the picturesque village of Evenstar, settled at the foot of the Stone Lands, where the river Starwater winds down a gorge and snakes into the King's Forest. Now here's the important part. Here, the Knights of Myth Draenor began their famous adventures. Here, the ladies of the Brazen Blade, the company of the Singing Song, the Steel Shield Band, and many others came, clutching royal charters in their hands, the ink scarcely dry on the parchment. Some fell, some went on to greatness, but they all came here first, to the haunted halls. And you and your players can venture into the same journey. Of course, for the 2E rule set, and adapted by Scott Geeting. So, excellent title and 20% off right now. Only $7.99 at its sale price. Next title up, The Complete Druid's Handbook. And people know that I'm a fan of these. I loved these. I loved these paperback, soft cover back supplements in the 90s, and the Druid's Handbook is no exception. It says here that Druids love the forest. That is true. But they love the Arctic tundra. They love tropical rainforests. They love broad savannas and fungi caverns of the Underdark too. And this 28-page accessory for second edition allows you to more fully realize your druidic dreams. So, um, Paulette, do you are you outdoor minded? Do you enjoy the outdoors? And
I like hiking.
mm-hmm.
Camping is, I glamp. I don't camp.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Very popular glamping. I mean, is that not really just having mastery of um, your experience? So you can choose the quality of life, but the important thing is you're outdoors communing. So you do commune. You do. You do.
I'm a gardener.
Okay. Very druidic. Very druidic. So very nice. Well, our next title up is in the series of the Lair Assaults. Okay. And these were a 4E organized play event. There was, I think, 5 or 6 of them, but 2 of them, actually, I think 3 of them, but 2 that are on sale this week, were converted for 5th edition. 2 that I absolutely love. Okay. Talon of Umberlee has an amazing ship in it that originally, I believe, was a Chris Perkins creation, or perhaps just was completely commissioned for this. I'm not sure, but there was a lot of dialogue around this ship, and it is a nice ship, like a 2-level map. I mean, for $7.99, almost the ship map is like fully worth it. But these are wonderful one shots. Um, Talon of Umberlee obviously takes place on a ship, and it has kraken like tentacles that act independently throughout um, the adventure or session. And then the other one, the Forge of the Dawn Titan, okay, is a 5th level, and it takes you into Mount Hotenau. Hope I say that right. And it is awesome. Like, the terrain changes mid-session, and Fantasy Grounds equips the full map change on there. But again, on sale, $7.99. Great one-shots that really show the power of encounters. I mean, I know that was very strong in 4th edition, and these were 4th edition modules. And they really show the power. Some of the finest encounters from 4th edition, but available to you for 5th edition. So, do you enjoy one-shots, Paulette?
I haven't played but a few. I've enjoyed the ones I've done. My DM would do one of the my tabletop actual tabletop game. He would do a one shot every Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, you really have the benefit of having regular parties, regular play, and people that you get together with regularly. So you guys have long-term campaigns, you have long-term experiences. I am a big fan of the one-shots, just from even just really, it has to do with local game store play and just supporting your community that way. So awesome. Well,
Oh,
move.
I remember the days of the game store play as
Oh yeah,
well.
of course, of course. I mean, it used to be all we had. Wonderful. Well, you know what I mean. Like, yes, thank you. Well, enough time here discussing one shots. We have campaign settings. We have um, this week in Pathfinder. We got Pathfinder Chronicles, the Book of the Damned, Volume 1, Prince of Darkness. It says, abandon all hope. So, abandon all hope who enter into the virtual digital pages of this title. From the origin of the gods to the inhabitants of the darkest infernal pit, Princes of Darkness, Book of the Damned, is an unflinching look at the methods, motivations, and goals of Asmodeus, the archdevils, and the entire hierarchy of hell. Whether you're planning to storm the gates of Avernus or trade in the exotic and immoral markets of Diz, or simply want to add a splash of diabolical flavor to your standard campaign, this 64-page book has been fully converted for your Pathfinder 1E games. So, available this week. And The Haunting of Harrowstone, also for Pathfinder 1, which is the first title in this adventure path of the Carrion Crown. So you can jump right in, on sale this week, $15.99. Let's see, it is, I'm going to assume for first level, yes, first level characters. Jump right in. A good haunting, not too late in your year. I mean, after all, we are talking about Christmas and A Christmas Carol, which is a ghost story. So ghosts are part of the season and on sale this week. But continuing with Paizo and Pathfinder, man, we just talked about the first entry in an adventure path. Now we're talking about the last entry in an adventure path, the much celebrated of this year, Abomination Vaults from Paizo, Eyes of Empty Death. Sounds very inviting for every game master and GM or DM. So, great opportunity to pick up the last one if you have started your journey, maybe complete the set. I hope that you and your players are enjoying this amazing dungeon. So, and that you complete it. Here's a great opportunity. So, but more Pathfinder 2. Yes, even more Pathfinder Lost Omens and Legends. This is a very fun description. I really enjoy this product. It says it's not always who you know, or it's always not always what you know, but who you know. The heroes of the Age of Lost Omens forge their path through an uncertain world, but that world has been shaped by many others who came before and who now stand beside them. Lost Omens Legends provides details on 42 of the Inner Sea region's biggest personalities, from queens and kings that rule the present to distant figures from Galarian's past. I'm not going to form that word today. It's okay. So, really, I love that. Just big personalities from around the globe, secret techniques, secret items, all worthy of legend and contained in this book on sale this week. So, Pathfinder, we love it. Starfinder, Starfinder,
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, we really love it. And Starfinder really benefits from the tables and the automation of Fantasy Grounds on running that tech. But if you want to add just a little bit more, I don't know, randomness and unpredictability and reward and consequence to your Starfinder games, this week on sale are both the critical hit deck and the critical fumble deck. So I could read those fun descriptions as well, but essentially you get the full decks in there. You get a rollable table, you get the links to open up those cards to share with your players their boons and consequences, and it just really adds that extra unpredictability and extra reward to your Starfinder game. So encourage you to pick those up, both $8.79 this week on sale. So, all right. Well, now we get to move into something a little bit fun. We get to move into Mutant Crawl Classics. I hope that all of you are aware of this wonderful adaptation, realization of the beloved DCC RPG into a post-apocalyptic mutant high-tech tech. Yeah, the key or the tagline is triumph and technology won by mutants and magic. So, I mean, I love that I love post-apocalyptic. I just love that period. But this game itself really embraces so much of what we love about DCC RPG. Brings a lot of the Gonzo like element. I as well. This is worth it. Sorry. I have right here. Yeah, my Mutant Crawl. Here, let it focus. My Mutant Crawl Classic. This is the playtest die for this game. From, I believe, like Gary Con 10. From Jim Wampler. He was giving these away. Developed this for Goodman Games, of course, and well worth the investigation and playing of this game. You will fully enjoy it. But speaking much of DCC RPG, also this week, Goodman Games 2019 yearbook on sale. DCC Riders on the Flogglestone. And every time that I read that, and I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but every time I hear it, I hear Riders on the Flogglestone. Riders on the Flogglestone. And I just am like,
You gotta love earworms.
there you go. Yeah. And very relevant to our DCC RPG, our 1974 Road Crew. And so you can hear that playing right through there. Enjoy it on your VTT on sale this week, the Community Sourcebook of 2019. So, but moving right along into AAW, another one of our wonderful publishers concentrating in so many awesome source books and adventures, but also maps. And the AAW Map Pack Volume 2 is on sale this week and contains 59 maps. All maps that were published in adventure or on adventureweek.com from 2011 to 2015 are contained in this map pack for your VTT use. And also Caves and Caverns from AAW this week. So really, we do a lot with map making. We do a lot with world building. Drop some one-shots on some of these maps. Sometimes all your players don't show up. Sometimes you need something quick. These maps offer something quick with random tables and the power of Fantasy Grounds. You don't miss a game. So these maps on sale this week. Paulette, I just want to check the chat if I can get the words out. Anything I've been missing here that should bring to my attention? Let's see here. Yeah,
Well, I saw one comment about when your RV's nicer than your home. Okay, so the RV that we glamp in or did glamp in, my mother's an interior designer.
Right.
So when my stepfather passed, my mother put the RV up for sale. It sold in one day. People had never seen anything that decorated,
Very
that
nice.
nice.
Yeah, I too was raised by people who know how to camp. Oh, I think push to talk here for a second. Uh, I think I lost your audio. I'm sorry.
I'm
Okay.
here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Push to talk is going to be the death of me.
Yes. But, I mean, and honestly, there are many out there who understand the freedom and life of that culture. I mean, there's television shows, but I mean, simplifying, downsizing, man, sometimes RVs are
Well,
better than our own dwellings. So,
so one of the guys that's in my Tuesday and Thursday night game, he travels all over. And of course, he has internet. And guess what? He gets to play Tuesday and Thursday night.
that's right. Yeah,
Gotta love being able to play online with things like Fantasy Grounds.
that's right. No borders, no boundaries, all games around the world. Totally wonderful. So, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, continuing with our sales, moving into the Hellfrost Bestiary. Let's see here. Prepare to fight for your lives. It's over 300 hazards, monsters, and citizens of Rossalon. And we also have the Hellfrost Rossalon expansion. These are both for Savage Worlds. And the design is wonderful. The aesthetic is fantastic. And I'm not certain the theme for it that installs with it appears that installs with it is just so evocative. Great art, even in your sidebar. Great backgrounds. Just looks like a lot of fun. Very savage, and great to play in Savage Worlds. And Frosty. Once again, we're in the season, so bring a little bit of hell to your frost with these titles on sale this week. Well, these next titles, very, very interesting from Frog God Games. The first title, Sinful Whispers. Oh, I wish that my graphics had worked out because I'd be pulling up the cover right now. It is awesome. Go take a look at it. It has a giant shark just ripping out of the ocean, red eyes, mouth full of its lunch, and it's so Sharknado. The whole cover, just awesome, and it says Sinful Whisper is a fifth level adventure for supernatural and psychological horror set on a mysterious island on the Razor Coast. Grown verdant with time, here the characters must overcome both their deepest fears and most banal desires to combat a depravity so deep it survived the retribution of a goddess. So, sounds like a little bit of Tiki Mystery, Sharknado. It just looks so awesome and so different. 9.59, and the cover's compelling again. Sharknado from Frog God Games. It makes me think, Paulette, of talk about these tikis, talk about these islands. Almost makes me think of like the Brady Bunch special whenever they went and encountered psychological horrors, and it got that Scooby Doo feel too. I mean, who knows where you can take this 5e compatible game, Sinful Whispers.
You're giving away your age.
Oh, well, I have to sometimes. I like to keep it broad, and I don't like to forget the things that shaped me. So, but amongst the things that shaped me, I mean, who doesn't remember like Bloody Mary in school and like that horrible like when you're young? I mean, it's horrible. I mean, everybody I think goes through at least 24 hours of being scared by that. No, okay, well, I did. I allowed myself to be concerned along with my classmates. We had at least a week long incident with that, but along and in the same family, we're speaking of the Blight and a character, a ne'er-do-well named Bloody Jack, who is on sale as well from our Frog God Games this week. All the children in the Blight know the nursery about Bloody Jack. cautionary tales for naughty over inquisitive children to mind their manners and obey their parents. Sounds a lot like this Krampus fellow that Josh has been having us create this adventure about. So seasonal there. Perhaps you can buy this module and even work it, to a little bit with your own use of the pack coming out next week to the Forge. But the PCs get deputized to assist in a homicide investigation of this Bloody Jack who was never really known to have passed. So a legendary figure and still troubling the villages and children of the Crooked City. Moving along, Legendary Games. Legendary Games puts out fantastic rules supplements for classes, and just to expand your experience, give you options, and be able to make things your own, and be able to offer your players those options as well. So this week, Legendary Clerics and Legendary Hunters on sale, $7.99. Options, art, tables, rules to improve both the cleric and the ranger. So, do you? What is your rogue is your favorite class? But do you venture into? But rogue is not your favorite class.
No, it definitely is. I rarely play anything else, but I have played a few others.
Okay. Ever a cleric? Ever?
I'm actually playing in the Dragon Scales game. It's basically a druid.
Fair enough. All healing. All healing. So awesome. Okay. Maybe not.
Barely healing.
Okay. All right. Well, without.
Healing in that game is very rare.
There you go. Yes. It's so awesome that you get to participate in that. So, Castles and Crusades this week. 2 titles. Monsters and Treasures of Arity and the Castellan's Guide to Arms and Armor. And the Monsters and Treasure very compatible with all of your efforts in your 1E games, says in the description. And the Castles and Crusades Arms and Armory, this really focuses on the arms and armor of early medieval period and Western Europe. So if you're a student of that, if you enjoy, that was one of the first things I enjoyed, was reading some of those books, because I grew up near the Art Institute of Chicago, where there is a significant wing of medieval metalwork. So I was really exposed to that early. But yeah, this is it, man. And beautiful, all of the weapons that you know how to pronounce or need to learn to pronounce from Western Europe in the medieval period on sale this week. So rounding it out just a little bit more, Savage Worlds with the Shantar Legends Unleashed from Savage Mojo. 40 new racial edges for each of the original 11 races of Shantar for Savage Worlds. And, not to be missed, from Savage Mojo as well, battle maps that go very well with that setting. So, Ancient Forest, Desert Steppes, 2 Ruins, Wasteland, Wild Canyon Pass, Wild River Pass, 18 of them, high art maps with a square grid, $8 on sale this week. So, pretty good, right? Lots of options for you to add to your VTT library and to branch out as well into perhaps some new games and experiencing new games. So, all exciting titles. But In new releases this week, my goodness, it is quite a week. Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos from Wizards of the Coast, introducing a magical school and bringing magic, elements of magic, the card game, to our tabletops and VTT.
And I put a link in to go to a video that Layroon of Fantasy Grounds Academy did on this one.
Yes, and not just a video, an in-depth real video, like almost, I think it's 4 hours, goes into the Owlin race, shares everything with you so that you can really get up to speed on using that supplement. Oh, somebody has got their
I've got my wand.
very ready. Obviously, a student, and your players too can be students here at Strixhaven. Many colleges on campus to choose
I think
from.
it's what, 5 different schools?
I that sounds like the fair count. I did get the uh, Game Shop limited cover, and I am working my way through it, enjoying it. Very nice. And just anxious to provide experiences like that. I think I'm even thinking that I want to see what this is like for running for some of my younger children and their friends, like as a, just see how that plays out as a first year student session. So we'll see. I shall report. But
You're a wizard, Brad.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm wearing my dragon shirt, but I actually have a nice little Harry Potter shirt from the I'm not thinking of their shop right now, but the Weasley Brothers shop. So, and it has little wizards on it. So yes, but this is I'm not going to just talk about Harry Potter on this. I mean, this is honestly very unique and compelling. I think very original. I mean, we can't help ourselves. We stood in line for books. We have lived Potter like mania. We have Potterheads all around us in our lives if we are not one ourselves. But that's on us. This is a unique product worth purchasing and exploring and running for your party. So, Strixhaven, get an education for sure. A magical education. But from Kobold Press this week, new paths, new opportunities, not just magical, but martial and otherwise for forging your way and choosing your path. 12 new and expanded Pathfinder RPG classes from level 1 through level 20. An all new Warlock, a Tinkerer, okay? Who doesn't need that, especially if you are partial to gnomes, a priest, and a trickster. I mean, a trickster, for someone who loves rogues, a trickster can be a good alternative to try something a little bit different there. But totally revamped savant and archer classes, death feats, all available to heroes who have been raised from the dead, new battle feats, new spells, and much more. $20 or $19.99. I won't say 20. $19.99 this week in new releases. So, but know your fear. That's what no fear. Yeah, we say no fear. We try to be strong. We can also know fear, and we have a guidebook this week to give us an education in fear. It is the Rule of Fear for Pathfinder 1 from Paizo, a cursed land. For thousands of years, the immortal principality of Ustalav has labored beneath the legacy of its dark past, within the shelter of its mist-shrouded hills and decaying, decadent cities. Things that have no right to live stalk the night. Learn about them and introduce them to your players that they might contend and deliver everyone within your game. So all your NPCs, they need rescuing, and they need something to be rescued from. Rule them with fear. So $20 or $19.99. I keep trying to upsell it there.
Let's see. Ruling somebody with fear, would that be like, are you sure you want to do that?
Well, in this case, all of the
That
tables,
you definitely want to do.
all of the tables and direction and guidance is provided for you, so you don't have to be educated. You can simply facilitate such fear. So, all provided, $20, guidance, random rolls, and untouchable fear that you don't have to touch in your mind but share. So, this week, 1999, rule of fear.
That would have been fun to have when we did our Pathfinder Evil campaign.
Absolutely. These come out, and we can all have different feelings on it, but when like things like this come out, when Book of Vile Darkness come out, when the dark books come out, we do find that we need them on our shelves to flesh out balance in our worlds. So a great resource and opportunity there. Moving right along, a title we spoke about Gary kind of just a little bit earlier because of Mutant Crawl Classics being play tested there, but here we have an adventure.
Yeah, Luke's book.
Yeah, The Trouble at Loch Geneva, a play on Lake Geneva, the origin location of our beloved game and tabletop role playing. So often and annually, many gather to commemorate in Lake Geneva the life of E. Gary Gygax, and this module was offered at. I'm not sure this one was the tournament module. I believe this was just an offering for that year, but fantastic, great art. It is 1E to give you an opportunity to experience old school play. Oh, you know what? It says 1E on the front. It says 2E compatible in the description. I apologize. I need to take a look at that. But I believe that they kind of both run off of the same rule set. So that's really what's happening there. So I believe the description and the cover are correct. Enjoy it. Old school play, D&D classic play. New from Gary Con to your VTT, The Trouble at Loch Geneva. Remember the legacy. So we've talked about one-shots. We talked about organized play. And no different is D&D Adventurers League 10-7 Into the Darkness, continuing the tale of Season 10 in the Worm Doom Crag. Only $4, or only $4.99. Now I'm trying to round down. Only $4.99. A one-shot within Season 10 for $4.99. And rounding out our new releases, a fantastic title and companion for Traveler. The Traveler Companion. Headline says, The Traveler Companion is here. The ultimate toolkit for Traveler campaigns, allowing referees and travelers to pick and choose the best additions for their adventures and explore the galaxy in greater detail than ever before, including alternate traveler creation systems and training to gas giant operations and starports. So there's that the description was missing a comma there for me, but training to gas operations and starports. So a wealth of new rules based on the material for all of your traveler campaigns. So blast off. $49.99. Tons of new tables, tons of new options, tons of automation for your traveler games so that you get the most from your travels in this week's new releases. So that's it. That is all of our on sale, all of our new releases.
Traveler's one of those games that's on my wish list of wanting to try.
Yes, yes. Mortality, uh, very difficult, even in the early stages. Yeah, very, very, but thrilling. I mean, that level of immersion of science fiction that we don't often get. I mean, hey, it's all how you play your game. That's how I've experienced it. So awesome. Well, we will remind you of the Humble Bundle benefiting Children's Miracle Hospital. 61 items, $100, two different bundles, $50 each. One with significant digital products and a 90-day offer for the ultimate license, and the other including as well a physical beginner box for Pathfinder 2. Fantasy Grounds, Paizo, and Humble Bundle bringing that to you. And I would remind you of Josh's Saturday show, Map Your Worlds, at 3 p.m. Eastern. Always creating and teaching us how to use the incredible Art Pack subscription that offers so many resources and assets and full maps, but teaching us how to use those tools to create and map our own worlds. Encourage you to tune in. Paulette, any closing?
Well, I've got yet another. I wore green since we are coming up on Christmas and just put the link in there to the store because, guys, come on.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Always representing. And yes, there's wonderful options available for you there. Some of them even can be wound tight and stuffed in a stocking. No one to be missed. So,
Well, there's definitely things in there that are small enough to go in a
oh
stocking
yes,
too, because there's things other than shirts. There's all kinds of clothing options. There's caps. There's even cell phone covers, uh, the mouse pads. There's a little bit of everything.
there you go. Something for everyone to accessorize their VTT life. So awesome. We until next time. See you next week, noon, Friday, Fantasy Grounds Friday for more sales, new releases, and news. Thanks for viewing and participating, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.
Bye, y'all.